Orochimaru. Orochimaru is one of the 3 legendary ninjas in the folktale Jiraiya Goketsu Monogatari, or the tale of the hero Jiraiya. In the story, Orochimaru is a former friend of Jiraiya, but becomes an enemy when he is seduced by the power of snakes. This is part of the foundation that builds the relationship between the characters in Naruto: Jiraiya, Orochimaru, and Tsunade, with each being connected to a legendary creature: toad, snake, and slug. The name is made up of 2 parts: Orochi, which means giant snake or serpent, and Maru, a common suffix in Japanese male names that means complete or respectful. When put together, Orochimaru can be understood as the giant snake man, an image linked to power, cunning, and the ability to regenerate, which fits Orochimaru's character perfectly. What's interesting is that the name Orochimaru is closely related to Yamata no Orochi, a giant 8-headed and 8-tailed serpent in Japanese mythology. Sound familiar? This story tells how the snake was defeated by the god Susanoo, and in its tail, the legendary sword Kusanagi was discovered. Does this remind you of anything? Yeah, that's the battle between Itachi and Sasuke. Culturally, snakes in Japan are often seen as symbols of transformation, wisdom, and sometimes danger. This fits Orochimaru's character, a dangerous madman who constantly seeks to surpass human limits and achieve immortality. He can regenerate endlessly, constantly changing and seeking ways to become more powerful to maintain eternal life. But first, huge shout out to everyone who's been rocking with the channel every day. You, and you. All of you. Without you guys, these videos would just be floating around the internet like lost jutsu scrolls. Every view, every comment, every like or share is the ultimate chakra boost that keeps me going, diving into anime, breaking down epic fights, and exploring the Naruto universe. So, seriously, thank you for being part of this journey. Next goal, 10K subs, and I know we can do it. Let's keep pushing forward together. Love you all.
Jiraiya. You got that? Jiraiya's name comes from the same tale. In this story, Jiraiya is a skilled ninja who can transform into a giant toad and uses unique ninjutsu. This served as a major inspiration for Masashi Kishimoto to create the character of Jiraiya in Naruto, where he is closely associated with toads and uses summoning techniques related to them. In the folktale, Jiraiya uses the power of the toad to protect the weak and fight against evil, and in Naruto, Jiraiya can summon giant toads like Gamabunta, symbolizing strength and protection. Toads are also connected with longevity, representing endurance, which is something Jiraiya clearly embodies throughout his life. And now, the last member of the Sannin, Tsunade. The name Tsunade is also connected to the folktale Jiraiya Goketsu Monogatari. In the story, Tsunade is an outstanding ninja and the wife of Jiraiya, who is skilled in using slug magic in battles. This connection is reflected in Naruto through Tsunade's summoning technique with slugs, especially Katsuyu, a giant slug that represents protection and healing power. Additionally, Tsunade means rope or cable. Within Japanese tradition, rope, tsuna, is often associated with protection and connection, especially in Shinto rituals where sacred ropes, or shimenawa, are used to protect holy places. This meaning clearly reflects Tsunade's character in Naruto, as she always strives to protect and connect the people around her, especially in her role as the Hokage of the Hidden Leaf Village. Hashirama. The name Hashirama is made up of 2 parts: Hashira, meaning pillar or support, and Ma, which means distance, middle, or connection. When combined, Hashirama can be understood as the pillar of connection, or the pillar of peace. This clearly reflects Hashirama's role in Naruto. He is the founder of the Hidden Leaf Village and the one who maintains stability and peace in the world of ninjas. A pillar, Hashira, holds great significance, symbolizing firmness, stability, and the ability to uphold a foundation. Clearly, our first Hokage is a resilient leader, the founder of the Hidden Leaf Village, and the pillar that protects the peace between the ninja nations. And of course, he was also very skilled in diplomacy and leadership. Hashirama always worked hard to maintain peace between the villages. He even called for Kage summits, captured tailed beasts himself, and distributed them to the villages to balance the power dynamics of the ninja nations and prevent conflict. In a time filled with conflict and violence, Hashirama's role as a mediator was incredibly important. Hatake Kakashi. Hatake means field or rice paddy in Japanese. This word is related to farming, land, and hard work. You know, fields and land are often associated with the dedication and hard labor of farmers who work to sustain life. With this surname, Kakashi can be seen as a hard-working shinobi, constantly striving and fighting to keep the safety and peace of the Hidden Leaf village. Additionally, the use of Hatake reflects Kakashi's humble and simple nature. Despite being a top ninja, Kakashi always lived a modest life without any showiness. Kakashi, on the other hand, also means scarecrow, a common item placed in fields to scare away birds. This word symbolizes protection and isolation. Kakashi's personality fits this image well. He is a calm, quiet ninja. Even though he is very strong, Kakashi carries a sadness and emptiness within him, stemming from the loss of loved ones and teammates, which contributes to his cold exterior. Rin Nohara. Nohara consists of two kanji, no and hara, each carrying special meanings. No means field or wild, symbolizing freedom and a close connection with nature, a place not bound by rules or control. Hara means plain or pristine, representing purity, simplicity, and modesty. When combined, Nohara can be understood as wheeled field or natural meadow, evoking an image of freedom, peace, and perfect harmony with nature. Wild fields or pristine meadows are images of simplicity, purity, and a life not polluted by the complex elements of society. This perfectly fits Rin Nohara's character, a kind-hearted girl who always sacrificed herself for others and embodied the spirit of protecting and caring for those she loved. Like vast fields, Rin had an open heart, full of love and compassion. Despite all the things Obito did, including nearly destroying the world, Rin was never angry with him. When she and Obito met in the afterlife, she took his hand, never blaming him, comforting him, and feeling happy because this was the Obito she had always cherished. The name Rin Nohara can be connected to a concept in Japanese culture, mono no aware, meaning a deep awareness of the transient beauty and sadness of life. This concept is prominent in Japanese literature, referring to the appreciation and awareness of beautiful things, even if they are short-lived and easily lost. Rin's death is a perfect example of mono no aware. Surely, the name Nohara reflects a sense of tranquility and an appreciation for life's fleeting moments, even if those moments are sad, but also profound and precious. Hinata Hyuga. Hinata Hyuga. This name is closely tied to the image of hope and resilience. Hi means sun or sunlight, and nata means toward or facing. When put together, her name can be understood as facing the sun, or a place filled with light, carrying a very positive meaning, symbolizing life, energy, and hope. Much like sunlight, Hinata is a symbol of warmth and strength. Though she started as a shy and insecure girl, she gradually overcame life's challenges and became someone who is ready to protect those she loves. In any culture, sunlight holds deep meaning related to life and purity. Therefore, Hinata's name also reflects her spirit, always looking forward, never giving up, no matter how difficult the challenges may be. Sakura Haruno. Sakura Haruno. Her name may sound simple, but it actually holds deep meaning, reflecting almost entirely her development journey in Naruto. Her surname, Haruno, can be understood as Springfield. Haru means spring, a symbol of new beginnings, vitality, and hope. No means field. As for her first name, Sakura means cherry blossom, one of Japan's most iconic symbols. Cherry blossoms are beautiful yet fragile, blooming from late March to early April. It's not uncommon to see fields of blooming cherry blossoms in Japan during spring. However, they quickly fade after the season ends. But because of their brief existence, they become a symbol of delicate beauty, resilience, and strong transformation. Cherry blossom on a spring field. This name perfectly suits Sakura. This image represents change and growth, from a weak girl in part 1 to a talented kunoichi. Spring is when trees start to sprout after the cold winter, just like Sakura's role in healing the wounds of her teammates. Looking at it more broadly, Sakura is the spring in Team 7.
She balances out Naruto, who is always blazing like summer, and Sasuke, who is cold like winter. Ino Yamanaka. Ino's name is a shortened form of Inoshishi, which means wild boar. That's why Sakura used to call her Ino Pigchan during the time when they were competing for Sasuke's attention. Her last name, Yamanaka, means in the mountains, and wild boars are common in mountainous areas of Japan. These animals are sometimes called the whales of the mountains because they provide a large amount of meat. At first, the nickname might seem funny, but it actually reflects some key aspects of her personality. Ino is confident, strong-willed, and even a little stubborn, but deep down, she is a loyal and caring friend who always protects and supports the people she loves. No matter how much she and Sakura used to be rivals, Ino was always willing to stand up for her. More importantly, the nickname also connects to the people closest to her. Shikamaru Nara. Shika means deer, while the name Nara brings to mind Nara City, which is famous for its park filled with freely roaming deer. Deer are considered sacred creatures in Shinto, symbolizing good fortune and peace. As sacred animals, deer represent protection and tranquility, which is also reflected in Shikamaru and the Nara clan in general. They are known for staying calm and wise in any situation. The Maru in his name is a common suffix in Japanese boy names, meaning circle or perfection. Remember the third Hokage's grandson? Konohamaru also has the Maru suffix in his name. In the story, the Nara clan owns a piece of land where many deer live. These deer guard the area and will attack anyone who trespasses, except for members of the Nara clan. Choji Akimichi. Choji's name is written with two kanji, cho, which means butterfly, and ji, which means child. Yeah, butterflies symbolize transformation and growth, which fits Choji's story perfectly. He started as a chubby, insecure boy who was often teased by others, but over time, through various challenges, he transformed into a strong and confident ninja. During his fight with Jirobo, when he used the three-colored pills, chakra butterfly wings appeared on his back, just like a caterpillar turning into a butterfly. It was a moment of true transformation, from being overweight to becoming something powerful, graceful, and free. The G in his name, meaning child, also reflects his innocent and kind-hearted nature. Despite his great strength, Choji remains pure-hearted, loyal to his friends, and always shows sincerity, especially towards Shikamaru and Ino. As for Akimichi, Aki means autumn, the season of abundance and harvest. This perfectly represents the Akimichi clan, known for their ability to convert food into chakra and expand their bodies using the Baika no Jutsu. And that's why Ino Shikacho has been a trio passed down for generations. Their names are all connected to nature, both peaceful and wild at the same time. Gaara. The name Gaara can be understood as a person who only loves himself. This deeply reflects Gaara's story, especially in the early parts of Naruto when he lived in isolation and was rejected by others. At first, this name brings to mind a lonely Gaara, full of hatred and pain. He was deeply hurt from a young age when people saw him as a threat because he carried the tailed beast Shukaku within him. Because of this, Gaara believed the only love he could receive was from himself to protect him from loneliness and pain. Gaara carved the kanji for love onto his forehead. Initially, this symbolized his loneliness and suffering. However, over time, the kanji for love on Gaara's forehead became a symbol of his own love. The kanji is made up of two parts, one meaning heart, which refers to the heart, mind, and the origin of all emotions, and the other part meaning to receive or to accept. Do you remember the moment when Gaara used his sand to form his hands together to protect the tailed beast from being pulled into the Gedo Mazo? In that moment, Shukaku remembered its previous Jinchuriki. The monk had once clasped his hands together and said that one day, someone would come to save and show the tailed beast the light, but only when Shukaku opened his heart and accepted the person's love. Well, that someone was Gaara. From a cold and ruthless person, Gaara changed to become a leader, the protector of the Sand Village, and more importantly, someone who learned to love and care for the people important to him. Naruto Uzumaki. Naruto, in Japanese, is the name of a common ramen topping, a pink and white spiral fish cake. This is an obvious connection to Naruto's love for ramen. It's not just his favorite food, but also a symbol of the simple joys and small happiness he always seeks. One of the few warm memories from his childhood. Beyond that, Naruto also refers to a spiral, an image that appears repeatedly throughout the series. The spiral is a key symbol in sealing techniques and Rasengan, both of which play a huge role in Naruto's journey. His last name, Uzumaki, literally means whirlpool or spiral in Japanese and is deeply tied to his story, as the Uzumaki clan is known for their unique and powerful abilities. Interestingly, Kishimoto once revealed that the name was inspired by the Naruto whirlpools, a famous natural phenomenon in the Naruto Strait in Japan. These whirlpools have a swirling shape, evoking the image of the ocean's raw power. The spiral can also represent movement and continuous evolution. This perfectly reflects Naruto's personality, always persistent, always pushing forward no matter the hardships, constantly learning and growing to achieve his goals. His endless progress is a defining part of his journey, from a lonely, outcast boy to a hero recognized by everyone. Akatsuki. Yeah, not a character name, but very interesting indeed. The name Akatsuki is a clear example of how a name is not just a label, but also contains meaning about the goals, fate, and events in the story. Akatsuki in Japanese can be translated as dawn or daybreak. Dawn, a symbol of new beginnings, can be linked to the original goal of the Akatsuki organization. Although the members had different ideals, they all began with the idea of change, hoping for a more peaceful world. However, throughout the story, the organization strayed from this path and became a symbol of darkness and chaos. Additionally, Akatsuki can also be read as Red Moon, which carries deep meaning and is closely connected to Obito's story. Rin's death occurred under the light of a red moon, and that moment marked the beginning of everything Obito did afterward, from joining Madara to developing the terrible plan of the infinite Tsukuyomi. The red moon is not only a sorrowful image linked to Rin's death, but also a sign of the start of a plan to use the moon itself to cast the endless genjutsu. The name Akatsuki is not just the name of an antagonistic organization, but also carries a message about the shift from hope to darkness. Alright, that's it for today. Thanks for watching, and we'll see you next time.